Okay, guys, if I sound a little weird, I'm kind of sick. Ear infection, sore throat, and runny nose. So sorry about that. But, I just thought of something really cool. So, yeah, in the comics, Reverse Flash is a bad guy or whatever. But even though he's kind of the bad guy in, like the show, like he's a ruthless bad guy. However, he has his moments, you know. Yeah, he's kind of selfish, but and a little crazy. But this prison arc that's kind of going on, for the Reverse Flash, him thinking about what his legacy will be, him helping Nora. Like, I was watching the episode, and he insists on getting Nora. Like, yeah, okay, he does the supervillain thing right there, but after that, it all seemed like everything he was doing was genuine. Hold on. He just wanted to help Nora, it seemed. Like, yeah, he's kind of a dick about it. He's like, oh, you have no idea. Tell me, what do you know about the Flash, kind of thing, you know? But it seemed like the reason he even said any of that was to help Nora, because she's upset. And then even when Barry goes to confront him at the end of the episode, by the way, I'm referring to the episode Godspeed, which I believe is the 18th episode of season 5. That literally just came out like 8 hours ago. So, and yes, by the way, it is actually, I can't check the time on this new phone when I'm recording. That's dumb. Or wait, is it right here? Okay, yeah, okay, it's right here. It just 3:16. It is 3:16. I should be getting to bed soon. But but it seemed like what he was doing was to help Nora rather than anything else. At the end of the episode, when Barry confronts him about this whole thing, he even says, now, blame me, don't blame the little runner, or whatever. I have to think that means, like, yeah, this could be what the writers want me to think or whatever, or what the Reverse Flash wants everyone to think. But what part does taking the blame from Nora do to serve him? He knows he's not going to get back the trust from Barry. He squandered that chance in season 1. And, did even worse in season 2, I would say. And, you know, being a complete ass about Flashpoint in season 3, you're not going to get that trust back from Barry, so that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Oh, and then Crisis on Earth X. You know, he was just like, I wonder what face I'll be wearing next, Flash. So I have to think that, you know, being in prison has given him a chance to reflect on things, and that he's just kind of thinking, like, that this dude is going to be, I don't want to say a hero, I think really anti-hero. And not anti-hero because he's the Punisher killing everyone. Dude, I was playing South Park, The Fractured But Whole, and yes, I know what the title is. Also probably not, I shouldn't be playing that game, but whatever. But, just one of the things that reminded me is, this one dude is like, how much until this nice guy starts killing innocent people? How much longer until Daredevil becomes the Punisher? And I was like, And then she's like, or some other guy's like, just kind of whispering like, and then it's like, 3 seasons, 3 seasons. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means because, yeah, I get the idea. Was season 3 even out yet? I don't know. Probably not important. I don't know, because I don't know if that's supposed to be in reference to what happens later on or if that was just a joke. I haven't watched season 3 yet. I hear it's really good, but I haven't gotten around to it. I'm just waiting for Netflix to dump all of the shows out, and then once they're canceled, I'll do like a review of all of them. Probably doing season reviews rather than anything. And I'll even do some of the like actual TV stuff, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nothing on Hulu or anything. And if I can find Peggy Carter anywhere, I hear that's a good show. Never got a chance to watch that. I mean, one, I didn't even know it existed, which apparently is probably why it was canceled, because marketing wasn't helping. But yeah, I've steered way on the wrong point. I just wanted to let you guys know what was up. I have kerfluffed my hair. Okay, what was I saying? No, I'm just kidding. So, oh shit. Oh yeah, so I don't think Reverse Flash would be like the Punisher in the sense that he's an anti-hero because he believes in what he's doing. Or I guess that depends on different Punishers, because the Punisher in the TV show is trying to stop crime, so that way none of that stuff ever happens again. The Punisher in a few of the comics, I'm not going to say all the comics, he just wants to kill everybody, but he focuses on criminals because they do bad things, and he can't just go around killing innocents. Which may have been what the South Park thing was about, actually, now that I think about it, is Punisher just killing just innocent people. But yeah, he picks on Punisher picks on criminals in some of the comics. I like the Netflix version better, where he's just killing criminals because they're criminals, not because he wants to kill everybody. I find that version more appealing, whereas, just killing innocent people, prostitutes, whatever, it's just like, he's not very appealing, a very appealing character. Death Dodger, keep an ally alive for an entire combat while they take twice their max health and damage. That is oddly specific and probably very hard. I'll let you guys try to guess what game that is in reference to. But the Reverse Flash, I think he'd only be an anti-hero because he's kind of a dick. But I think it'd be so cool to have him on the side of good. They can't really do that in the comics because it's one of those things where like literally any time the Joker is on a team, it's like, why are you trusting him? Like Lego DC Supervillains, which I think is the only Lego game that has Mark Hamill in it. Aside from, apparently he did a terrible German accent to play Arnim Zola, I believe, in Lego Marvel's Avengers. Like, Mark Hamill, he's cool and all, but that was terrible. I mean, I even jokingly said, that sounds like Mark Hamill's just doing a terrible German impression, or German accent. And then I looked it up, and I believe that was the general consensus. It was terrible. But anyways, like Lego DC Supervillains had the Joker, and like at the last minute, he's just like, I think I'm going to team up with Darkseid, because he wants to be on the winning team, and then kill the team, so that way he's the victor. He's crazy. He doesn't care about. You could put a gun to his head, which has happened several times. He doesn't care. You could kill everything he's ever known and loved because you can't, because he doesn't love anything. You could destroy the planet with an asteroid. It doesn't matter. He's always the bad guy because he's just insane. He's actually crazy. Reverse Flash is a similar way. He's fueled by only a few things: pure insanity and vengeance. But where they took some of that stuff into consideration for season 5 or season 1 and 2, parts of 3, and he didn't appear in 4 at all except for Crisis, which I don't count. I should specify Crisis on Earth X, not Infinite Earths, since that's coming out. I think I'll just call it Earth X instead of Crisis. But yeah, so I think that they can, with season 5, it seems like they're trying to change that character a little bit. We did see the Reverse Flash return during Elseworlds, but in the trailer I was like, ooh, Reverse Flash is going to be here. That's going to be cool. Oliver versus Reverse Flash. I was like, at first I was like, huh. Okay. But then I was like, oh, so he's just a hallucination. That's great. So, like, I kind of want to see Oliver versus Reverse Flash speedsters, but I don't know if that'll ever be able to happen because Stephen Amell is leaving the show, and I do not want the body switch thing to happen again on Crisis, Infinite Crisis, or Crisis on Infinite Earths. Again, I'm going to call it Crisis or Infinite Crisis. Earth X is going to be, or Crisis on Earth X is going to be Earth X. See, I'm already doing it, to the confusion of everyone else. But I think that would be really cool. You just have, one guy who's inexperienced. Oh, and I guess that means parts of season 2 and not 2, season 3 and 4 of Arrow are no longer canon, and I believe it's either the mid-season finale or pretty close to the actual finale for the Flash season 1. It's definitely no longer canon because 1, Flashpoint, and 2, during Elseworlds, Oliver said, I saw some evil speedster in a yellow suit, and Barry clarified by saying either the Reverse Flash or Eobard, and Oliver was like, or I guess I should be looking to the camera. Oliver was just kind of like, so, I mean, that means that their fight never happened? Because you remember when Oliver became the new Ra's al Ghul, or wait, no, he never did. When he was training to become the new Ra's al Ghul, if you remember, the Flash called him and Firestorm, at the time Ronnie Raymond, and is just like, and he's just like, Oliver comes over there and just, he was the MVP, honestly. Like, yeah, you had the Flash dishing out, like, massive blows, but Oliver was just the MVP. He was absolutely wrecking everything. Well-rounded. Play every character variation. Have I not done that in Mortal Kombat X yet? There's got to be an achievement glitch. I've done every fatality, almost every brutality. That means there's like a... How would I miss that if I've done almost every brutality? I have to be very unlucky to miss that. Back to the point of the story. I'm really good at doing that. What was it? You have to think that that's no longer canon, right? I think that's what I was talking about. I mean, I guess it never happened because they don't remember it. Like, in fact, he was wearing the same exact face. But I think this was done for 2 reasons of character development, even if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in any regard. I mean, we can blame Flashpoint, and that really solves the major problem with continuity. But then there's, like, why would Oliver see Barry's fears and Barry see Oliver's fears? I know their roles have been swapped in the universe, but that's not how fear toxin works. It doesn't just detect which role you're playing. Like, I don't just put on an elf costume and gain elf abilities. What abilities do elves have? That was a bad example. I'm just still thinking about South Park. Because I also got Stick of Truth. So, yeah. Wait, my jaw's about to pop. I hope you guys heard that. Ouch. What powers would an elf even have? Anyways, that's not the point. I don't see why the fear toxin would act like that. The fear toxin just senses what you fear. Well, it doesn't even sense anything. The fear toxin literally goes into the thing and you hallucinate your worst fear. It doesn't sense anything at all, to any degree. Not even the smallest. So that's just kind of weird. Now, I guess it's cool, which is why I'm going to let it slide, even though that really doesn't make any sense. Also, before someone says, oh, well, it's not fear toxin. It came out of a box labeled as Stephen Crane. Pretty sure Stephen Crane is Scarecrow. Pretty sure. So, like... What was the reasons? Character development. For, like, 2 things. To establish to someone who hasn't really been paying attention that Barry is obviously afraid of the Reverse Flash. Probably more afraid of himself now, since thanks to Savitar, but Savitar doesn't exist anymore, so guess you don't really have to worry about that. But obviously he's scared of Reverse Flash. Now, there are 2 things here. Oliver realized that Barry is scared of a speedster in a yellow suit that can take everything away from him in an instant. So now Oliver's like, I thought everything in Central City is sunshine and rainbows, which is another reference to the first ever ArrowVerse crossover, Flash vs. Arrow. And no, the pilot of The Flash and the season 2 episodes, The Scientist and The 3 Ghosts, do not count. 2 of those were to set up a pilot, and the pilot was a pilot, and that was a cameo. He was literally in 1 scene. That doesn't count. So, Flash vs. Arrow, in that crossover, Oliver literally says you live in Central City where everything's, where the sun shines and everything is a cartoon to you or something like that. Okay, so I just tried to quote it and then I lost it. I had the whole thing word for word in my head, I swear, and then I lost it. But you guys get the point. And then he's like, after the Elseworlds thing, when they're sitting in a bar, he literally says, I thought everything in Central City was sunshine and rainbows. So character development, you know? And then in, Oliver is growing as a character, starting to learn that he's not the only one with problems. Whereas I genuinely think he thinks that at times. I genuinely think Oliver's like, oh, I'm the only one who has problems. Like, yeah, he'll help out with Diggle and Felicity whenever they're having a problem. But when it comes to serious stuff, he's just like, a dude I knew on an island killed my mother, tried to kill my sister. Everything went crazy. Malcolm Merlin destroyed the Glades. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ra's al Ghul tried to destroy Starling City and the Glades. Blah, 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 blah. But you have a guy with superpowers running around. You gotta go stop him. Big deal. I genuinely think Oliver is a selfish prick at times. So, but, he's growing as a character. He's learning that Barry has problems that he has to deal with. And that these are very serious things. But then we also have the fact that, obviously, if Oliver's exposed to the fear toxin and he's seeing Barry's worst fears, and he sees the Reverse Flash, that also sets up that he's not going to be too happy when Nora finds out that, or when Nora gets exposed. He's not going to be too happy about that. He's going to be like, you manipulated her, now you're trying to manipulate me, da-da-da-da-da. But I genuinely think that Reverse Flash could make a good anti-hero. It's just about overcoming that hurdle. I mean, I feel like this reveal was more of an in-the-moment kind of thing, because again, he still hasn't forgiven Thawne, but when Nora goes to ask about Thawne, Barry says something like, give it a little bit, or give it a little while, and I'm sure that even Thawne can change his true colors. Something like that. I am butchering these quotes. I took my medicine earlier. I'm going to sleep very soon. So, but yeah, like, thought this side had to pop now. I think it would be really cool to see him as an anti-hero. So I mean, I don't know. He I can't say he's actually gone through a redemption arc. Like, when they did Cicada's redemption arc, I was like, you can't redeem yourself if you're dead. And then Dad was like, he's already been redeemed, buddy. And I'm like, he killed a lot of people. I disagree. Like, Malcolm Merlyn took a long time to get on that redemption arc, and even then he was constantly flip-flopping. Like, pick a side, damn it. So yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that Reverse Flash gets a redemption arc, or maybe, like I said in a comment section on Pagey's Godspeed video, I'll link Pagey in the description, or maybe I'll just link the video in the description. I left in the comments, and that I hope that Team Flash is able to eventually steer him in the right direction and undo this whole prison thing without causing severe damage to the timeline. Like, yeah, that, you would think that doing that would cause severe damage, but not really. The only times he's ever messed anything up is to mess with Barry, right? He doesn't just go around in the year 2046 killing people. He doesn't just randomly travel to 2016 to go murder some guys. That's not how he works. He only wants to mess with Barry. So I think that changing one or two interactions with Barry and Thawne would work. But I genuinely think that they're trying to tease at something. Because again, they're working to get Nora is working with Reverse Flash, and they're kind of going this little thing where it seems like they're trying to focus a little bit on the good side of Eobard. I had this one idea in the Pagey's comment, which is why I started the video, but I can't remember what it was. But there have been so many things, it just seems like they're trying to set up Reverse Flash as an anti-hero. Again, he cannot be a straight-up hero because he's a dick and kind of crazy. I still think that he'd end up on the wrong side, like a solid 70% of the time. But I think he could be a good guy. So yeah, what was the other thing that was setting that idea up for me? I can't remember. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give it like 5 minutes, and I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'll unpause it later and tell you guys if I remember. I can't remember. Click right here for my video on These meds are really messing with my brain. There's a really cool ArrowVerse. Ha! Yes! Is Ronnie Raymond still alive? Click here to find out. Well, I guess you won't find out. But he could be, because there's some inconsistencies with how with how Stein died, and how Ronnie Raymond died. So Ronnie could still be alive in theory, and that'd be really cool. So yeah, just click the shit out of that. Bye.